Hey guys, excuse my hair, I don't actually know what's going on, but anyway, today we're going to be performing a screen repair on my iPhone 7. Now, I do already have the screen and most of the tools. I'm just waiting for my tri-point Y quadruple zero screwdriver to arrive, and once we've done that, then I'll get on with the video. So you will see a time lapse of exactly what I'm doing, and I'll do a voiceover over that as well, so then you guys understand how to do this yourself, and hopefully you can utilize this for different iPhones as well, because they are pretty similar. Unfortunately, I couldn't put a pop socket in my phone because the screen was so cracked, so this meant that I had to pry it for like 5 minutes. But after prying for about 5 minutes, I managed to get a gap between the display and the frame, so then I could then put up the display to then see what's inside. Next, you can see me start to take away the brackets at the top of the phone. This is holding in one of the connectors from the screen to the digitizer. Then once I got that frame off, I then removed the pin and then went off to move to the L bracket. Now, once I removed the L bracket, I disconnect the battery. This makes sure that obviously I don't fry the display or even fry my logic board. So then once you've disconnected that, you can start to take out the other pins as well, but make sure you disconnect your battery too. What do I do now? Just lost one of probably the biggest features in the iPhone, because Apple are too tight to. Oh my god! Fuck's sake. Is there even any point in me doing this? Well, guys, if you did just watch the video, first of all, I want to thank you, because you've watched till the end of the video, but now you get the explanation of what happened. So with this iPhone 7 here, obviously you can see that there is a home button in it, but it doesn't work, because obviously what Apple does is they have a pairing thing in the actual home button, in the ribbon cable itself, so the phone can recognise if it's your home button or if it's a third party one. And I have a third party one, so I can't use Touch ID because it's not paired to my iPhone. Only Apple do that, and they really charge a lot, which is something that I'm not too pleased about. And as well as that, don't just repair the home button by itself, which is probably the easiest thing you could do. They actually charge you for a whole screen repair. So if you do end up breaking your home button during this repair, just know that you're going to have to pay a full fee for the screen rather than just a home button, which probably costs them next to nothing, but because they want more money, they're going to tell you that you need to get the whole screen replaced. Now, I've repaired this phone. Obviously it had a cracked screen beforehand, but if I went into Apple and wanted to fix my home button, despite the fact that I can just open up the phone, disconnect the display and change out the home button like that without replacing the display, Apple will still charge you for the display, which makes no sense. But that is just how they do it, and I guess that's part of their policies or something like that. But it is really just unfair for the consumer, because they can charge whatever they want for this, and nobody can really say or make a difference, because, you know, we're not Apple. We can't decide who does what, but they're just going down the wrong path of that entirely. But obviously I was following a tutorial, and I did see that he was using a spudger to get the home button out. And I did have a thought in the back of my head, this is going to rip the home button cable, because when you're prying something underneath, you always have the chance that it can just slip up and go through. Because I've done many iPhone repairs myself, so I know that. But because I've never done an iPhone 7 before, I thought I'd trust the guy in a tutorial, and I went along with it, and then I ended up going through the ribbon cable. So my advice to you is to go slow, okay? Because I was going a bit fast, so go slow when you're removing the home button, especially from anything above the iPhone 6. But yeah, and I failed Now I have to use assistive touch on this forever because as well as that, the home button functionality doesn't work. So I'll either have to get the home buttons from China, which actually pair with Bluetooth, and that way you get your not your Touch ID, you get your home button feature in itself. Just to be a home button, you need to connect it via Bluetooth. But with that being said, that doesn't mean that I'm bad at fixing phones. That doesn't mean that anybody that repeats this mistake is bad at fixing phones, because it all comes with experience, right? So my first phone that I did was an iPhone 6. I didn't connect the ribbon cables properly, and the display basically was malfunctioning just a little bit, but I didn't know any difference, so that was just how it was. My second iPhone 6 was actually amazing, 4-star, 3-star, everything. Touch ID worked, the screen worked, so it is just a case of trial and error. But obviously you do still want to be careful, because if you're doing this for somebody else and you break their phone, they're going to be a bit mad. So you should make sure you've got enough money to cover the costs of whatever you damage or anything like that. So with that being said, guys, it's been Charlie, and I'm out. Peace.